Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we are doing a review of The Sims 4 Tiny Living, aka Discover University Stuff Pack. So a couple of things I want to talk about obviously with this. I have a few points. I know some people are like, hey, it's not that bad or whatever, and a lot of people are hating on it. I am hating on it, and I will be hating on it throughout this entire video. So if you're one of those people who thinks every pack is great, leave this video because you're not gonna like mine. So some of the things, I have some points here that I want to talk about. One of the first things I want to talk about is just how pointless this pack is. It really is a cash grab, and you can easily tell because just looking at like some of the furniture here, it looks like it should have been a part of university. And that and that's just, I think, probably one of the biggest issues about this pack as well, is just how it's so obviously supposed to be a Discover University stuff pack, but they title it Tiny Living. But if you look at it, the only really reason why it's called Tiny Living is because of this whole 100 tiles max. That is it. Had they not done that, it would have just been a Discover University stuff pack. That is the only thing that is really making it Tiny Living, is that 100 tiles max thing. So that's just, I think, one of the biggest reasons as to why I hate it, is because it's just so blatantly Discover University stuff pack, and they're just hiding behind the name Tiny Living. And I think that is why this is a rant video at this point, because it just makes me so mad that they're just lying blatantly to our faces, saying, hey, look, you got Tiny Living. It's like, it's just so not Tiny Living, and you can just see it so easily. The next point I guess I should make, because I'm just gonna keep saying that over and over again, is just how, like I said, it just should have been with university. All the stuff should have been in university. The Murphy bits should have been in university. And another thing about that, I know a lot of people also wanted bunk beds. I also really want bunk beds too, you guys, but I think bunk beds will be coming in a Generations expansion pack, because we've had like all the main expansion packs that everybody has been asking for, and I think the next one will be like a generation style expansion pack, and I think that will be where they put in bunk beds. So I wasn't too worried about bunk beds, because I think they'll be in generations or another expansion pack like that. So I'm not too worried about that. And another thing I forgot to mention about it being pointless is that had this actually been a Tiny Living expansion or stuff pack, I always say expansion pack, I don't know why. I am sorry if I say expansion pack at some point in time. Just note that I don't mean expansion pack, I mean stuff pack. One of the things that, had this truly been a Tiny Living pack, and that's why they are blatantly lying to us, is had this been a Tiny Living expansion pack, there would have 100% been ladders and spiral staircases, or at least one or other in this pack. And all you really have to do to just know that this should have been in it is look at Island Paradise's houseboats. Any person who's ever really made a houseboat in Island Paradise almost always put ladders or spiral staircases in those boats, because those boats alone was like just a Tiny Living, because they were not big. And everybody any simmer I've ever watched who's played that pack has always put a ladder or a spiral staircase in, including myself. So that's just once again proof to me that this is a big lie. And another thing that I also really hate about this pack is the whole bill reduction thing. Like, you don't need that. It's so pointless, because you could already have your bills reduced making a tiny home in The Sims 4 already. Without this pack, you don't need that, because just making this house, once again, making a tiny home in The Sims 4 already, you don't need, your bills will already be reduced. And this comfort bonus that I also saw. I don't know if they meant cozy bonus, because unless all the furniture in a tiny home will have the comfort bonus, it wouldn't make sense to me. I don't know if I'm explaining this the right way, but I'm trying to. It just doesn't sound right. I think they meant cozy bonus, not comfort, because I feel like I could put some like poor quality items in this home. It wouldn't. Those items aren't comfortable to sit on, so I think that might have been an error on their part. I'm not too sure. It doesn't make sense to me. And finally, my last point, because I feel like I'm just kind of saying the same thing over and over again a lot of the times, is should you buy it? Hell no. I would not recommend buying this unless you're a completionist like I am. I wouldn't recommend buying this because I will buy it because I'm a completionist and I have to have every pack. But if that's not an issue for you, don't buy it. I do not recommend buying this pack at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even think The Sims 4 should even sell it. I think they should say, "Hey, we're sorry. It was a bad pack, a bad choice for us, and we're going to give it away for free," because I think it should be free. Because once again, had this been tiny living, there would have been ladders, there would have been spiral staircases, and maybe bunk beds. Once again, I'm not too worried about the bunk bed situation because I feel pretty confident in saying that bunk beds should be coming. Just like, once again, in my guess, would probably be like a generation style expansion pack. So, yeah, I don't recommend buying this. I think it should be completely free because it's such a cash grab and it is so easy to just visually just to see it. The furniture looks like Discovery University. The only thing making it tiny living is that you can only have 100 tiles down max. That's really the only thing that really shouts to you tiny living. Other than that, I don't see a point for this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and kisses!